All right, boys, welcome to this little gameplay that I did from the demo of The Lies of P. And I'm just going to show a little bit of what I played. Wilson, you played a little bit of this too, right?
Yeah, I played, I don't know how far I am through what there is available, but I'm at City Hall right now.
Okay.
Okay. This was nice. I like that.
Yes, I do too. I like all the hearkening back to that.
Well, it's nice to have something that is clearly based upon a licensed or a known IP that clearly it would have to be credited somewhere, so it would be in the credits of the game. But it's nice that they call it out and say, "Hey, we did this because we were inspired by your story, so this is." I like that too. I like how it just gets you right into things here.
Yeah, you start on a little train. This was so interesting to me because I was like, I love this. I forgot what they called the era. Do you remember what they called the era?
Absolutely not. I don't think I ever heard it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It was something fancy. It was like a. It's not like Victorian, but it's something similar to that adds like steampunk into it.
Well, he's a pretty boy.
Belle Epoque era.
I love. Call him Gemini, and he's your little guide.
Jiminy. The hotel, yeah. I think I got to City Hall also.
Man,
the hotel,
yeah,
you have to lie to get into the hotel, right?
Yeah, you have to beat the boss and then get lie. And there's like a couple of vantage points that they call out to be like, "Hey, look at the hotel." And when you do, it's like, "Oh, it's got a really, really nice aesthetic, this whole game."
Yeah, I'm really interested into playing more. I like this because what gets me is that these like trick weapons essentially like mix matching the handles and the blades or whatever else. I don't think I got all that was that you could get in the story or in the demo. I got like the tonitrus or the tonitrus kind of style electric thing, but I think there's another one that's like a billy club that you can get from a constable.
Yeah, I think I got that one.
But I just played with the strength weapon, the strength blade, and this puppet saber blade.
Yeah, I chose the saber as well because I was like, my first time through, I'll do the balanced so I get an idea for everything. But I definitely I want to do another build of like the tonitrus type weapon. That seems cool.
Mm-hmm. And just the whole like.
You there, Broadshow?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The
so this is, I mean, that's Pinocchio, Eric. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's Pinocchio. That's P. That's P.
Yeah, you're Pinocchio. You play as Pinocchio.
Oh, that's what the P of that stands for.
So they never specifically say the name, as far as I've heard. They just say you're Geppetto's son, and Geppetto's your
right.
And for some reason, when you lie, it's like between like being like a human. Humans can only lie, and they say puppets cannot lie.
Yeah, like the fourth law of this like thing that keeps puppets obedient to humans says like puppets cannot tell lies.
Right.
Mm.
So that's a part of this game is like you can
It's intriguing. Lie. Well, you would assume that that's what I always thought was like, okay, they're making a game based on Pinocchio, and it's this not even like a Souls kind of game, but like you would imagine that lying would be part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's very much a pretty boy. Like I got some close-ups
Timmothy
of him.
Chalamet.
He looks very much like Timmothy Chalamet, or like you could totally play him.
That's just all I really like. I know he's Pinocchio, but I'm just calling him Timmothy Chalamet the whole time I was playing.
Timmothy Chalamet.
I like the effect of the oil or blood, whatever, streaking with your weapon when you swing like that.
Yeah. Because you're just fighting these little frenzied puppets. And Geppetto must have done that.
What do you mean, done what?
Well, in some dialogue,
That's the butt.
you hear people talking about the puppet frenzy, and
Mm-hmm.
Geppetto says something to you like, "Hey, sorry of what I caused," or something like that. Do you remember him saying something like that?
Well, all that he said was, I was the one who invented puppets. So I suppose in some way I'm responsible for all this because I'm kind of like all of their fathers.
Yes.
So he didn't say anything to like directly take responsibility for it. He was just like, hey, I kind of invented you and everybody else. So in a way, this is somehow my fault, but I have no idea what's going on.
Because I think that's the major part of this like world, this Krot town or whatever. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
very much run by these automaton puppet things.
Well, okay. So I'm not familiar with the original story by, Collodi or whatever. But there are I'm obviously familiar with the Disney version. And from what I know, the Monstro was an adaptation of like a giant dogfish, and Honest John and the cat were like adaptations of these other characters. There's this dove and all kinds of stuff. So I would assume that since Jiminy so far is in it, there's a character who seems like the Blue Fairy. There's Geppetto. There's all this stuff.
Well, there's stargazing. That was a huge thing. Wishing upon a star.
Yeah.
I think that
Yep.
traveled. That was
Mhm.
the origin of Pinocchio from Geppetto. He's like, I just want a real son, and he was
The
wishing
Blue
on
Fairy
the
fucking
star.
came down from the wishing star. Yeah.
And so there's stargazers. That's a huge point in this game. Is like that makes sense.
An astral type connection. Yeah. And it's interesting that they call the souls or the currency like ergo, and that's what you're. It's just, but so does that mean that like later in the game there's going to be a freaking monstro boss? You're going to have to like go inside of a giant whale, and that's your boss, and also the level.
I think that was a big part of the game, wasn't it? Somebody or part of the book, or the story. Wasn't there like a character that did something really bad and turned into a horrible monster?
I think in the story it's just as simple as like Pinocchio goes looking for Geppetto and goes out to sea and gets swallowed by a giant dogfish at some point. Again, I'm not familiar with the original like story, so I can't say to what context, but that it's in there. The major beats are in there,
There's going to be an equivalent of something major like that, I'm sure.
That would be crazy. Just seeing the aesthetics and like what they've presented so far, I want to see that.
I do too, and I'm captivated from what I learning a little bit through the gameplay and things like that.
I'd love to know more about all the lore and all this stuff. It's interesting.
And I just like how the world's connected and you can find branching pathways and then they all lead back to like a central area. That's very my jam. Like I do like Elden Ring and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the
buckling some sloshes, dude.
Yeah, the confining of the spaces from like Bloodborne and the original Dark Souls, like the Undead Burg, and then getting like going through that roundabout way and then finding your way back to the shrine, the Firelink Shrine. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so smart. And like you did so much, you progressed so much and learned so many things. By the time you get back to Firelink, you're like, oh, that was just a big old circle.
I've gone so like far, but also not.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that again, reminiscent in this that I really liked. And the arm, that's another aspect of this that I really enjoyed because you can get different attachments. You can get like an electronic attachment to like stun enemies. The one you start off with is like just a arm of steels. You just punch.
Pow.
And then you can get this hook.
Ouch.
Or this grappling hook one. You can shoot out and then grab onto some dudes.
I've got no strings, but I've got strings, and I've got strings. Do you have strings?
I've got strings. Do you have strings?
I've got strings, and I will scream, 'cause I have strings on me. Oi! What are you doing out in the house, Pinocchio? Yeah, I went out of my way to like look at all the like rooftops and really try to take in the world around me. It's very, very French inspired, very not, I don't know if Baroque is the right word, but it doesn't feel Victorian.
Baroque, don't fix it.
It's called Belle Epoque or Belle Epoque. That's
their.
That's an actual era, I guess. It's between 1871 to 1914. Literally means the beautiful era in French.
Oh, yeah. It seems very, very French inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Seems very French.
Even though I believe Collodi was an Italian author.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I have a lot of gameplay.
Yeah, this whole courtyard, I spent a lot of time looking around at everything. And
yeah.
Yeah, the first boss kind of, I was like,
I'll get
being reminded of some characters. So I'm like, oh yeah, there's that one spot where you can look at the hotel.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really breathtaking view there. Yeah, it'd be cool to have like a Sif type boss fight where that's Honest John, like a big fox.
Oh yeah, the Volpe. Oh yeah, here's where I was getting to like the boss. It took me a while to get this boss, I think.
Took me a few tries, but then I got it.
I didn't want to use this saber. I think I switched up at a certain point and used the greatsword, and I just wrecked this guy with the saber or the big greatsword thing because it just like staggers him so well. And then I had enough of those charges, those blue charges at the top there, to do like the flurry of attacks.
Yep.
And it was just really satisfying. I love this character design for this boss though.
Oh yeah, it's great.
He's like a ringmaster, a ringleader, or something like that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Look at the bottom right. It says now lying.
Yeah.
So typically that would say now loading, right?
Yeah.
If is lying a substitution for the word loading? Because then that means that the title of this game is Loads of P. I
like that.
So
it's only logical.
I've been thinking that, and every time that they're like lying, I just think loading, and I'm substituting it in my head. It's pretty funny.
Do you want to load? Yes, I'll load. The loads of P.
Loads of P. That is funny though. Like it says now lying, and the progress bar says nose growing.
Mm-hmm. And he's got that clockwork design behind him.
Yeah. I have yet to really understand if that will be represented in this game. Will your character's nose just get longer?
Can I make it longer, please?
That would be amazing.
Yes, it would. How many times are you going to lie?
Oh, yeah, you do like a max lie run and you're walking around with like a 9-foot long nose.
Yep.
Okay. A couple mechanical things I've noticed is one, the fact that you can pick up your souls from a boss encounter before the door.
That's a cool quality of life thing, because then you can just like accrue a ton of stuff, and then if you need to level up.
Well, yeah, it's like if you know that you can make the run to the boss door, that means every single time that you're making the run to the boss, it's just a practice run and you're building up your souls no matter what.
Yeah. I like that. That was cool.
The rally, like the idea of having the rally mechanic similar to Bloodborne, but tying it into blocking and parrying is cool.
Yeah, they're very much like a Sekiro. You time it just right, and it's just a perfect block. You know?
You take no damage. And I think I've noticed too that sometimes I feel like I've done a perfect parry and I've gotten just a tiny bit of health back.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know what that could be tied to, or what.
Because the rally system that's in Bloodborne is only if you like block and then you get hit and then you can rally back that health. But if you just take the hit without doing any sort of blocking, you just lose it. You don't get to regain it or anything like that.
And it's interesting that like they call it guard recover, I think, in this. It's a stat that you can see.
Yeah, it says something like that.
They tie it up to when you like they tie it to your max HP. So when you choose to increase your maximum health, you're also increasing the rate, I think, the rate at which you gain health back in that rally mechanic. And I think it may be also like a slight amount of like damage resistance or so. I don't know. But that's interesting though, because then you're like, okay, I'm going to get more buff and I'm going to be getting more health back when I'm in rally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is when I got the big boy, and it was just it was just wrecking him.
Gosh, yeah, wow. I have just stuck with the saber and have not changed that.
Saber is really cool, and I like the handle because is it the dex? It's more of a dex weapon. This was more of a strength one.
It's quality, so it's just flat strength and dex. Which is why I'm kind of sticking with it, just to get a handle on mechanical stuff. Yeah, because that was my fight with this guy was a lot more just like timed dodging and very, very little parrying or blocking at all.
There's a perfect block there.
Mm-hmm. I think because he's got a rally, like enemies have a rally mechanic too. I don't know if it's strictly over time or just somewhat tied to their damage as well.
Yeah, I think they're some of the main enemies that you're fighting, they have like a stagger meter or like they get tuckered out or something like that. It's a mechanic in the game where you hit them enough times, and it's like in Street Fighter they get dizzy, and then you can go up for like a finishing blow or like a really crucial blow like you can in Bloodborne, you know. Visceral
yeah,
attack.
but I mean, like, I think that enemies and bosses also have the same kind of health, like, rallying mechanic. Like, when they get damaged by you, I think they do regain some of their health based upon damaging you back or, like, or just over time.
Interesting.
Because if you watch the boss's health bar, you know, it's at a place, you start attacking, it goes down, but it leaves that, like, phantom bar behind. And I think you can watch it go up over time, where it's based on his damage that he does back to you or something.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't figured that out, but I've been trying to pay attention to that.
Figure it out.
Figure it out now.
Oh my god, that Lost Ergo recovery font was 100% Little Mermaid. Next time that comes up, pay attention. It's hilarious.
Oh, because it like ripples like the water, or is just the font?
No, the font. It like I can't unsee that. That's just the Little Mermaid font.
I'm gonna actually go. I have other videos. I'm gonna jump ahead. This is actually right when I killed him, so this is
nice.
I killed the guy, and then you get some random stuff, and I think I keep going, and I enter the hotel. Are you a boy? Are you a puppet or a human? What are we, Broadshow?
Yes.
Yes. Grand Covenant's fourth law.
It's like, bitch, we just did.
I lied to you. Ha ha ha. What are you gonna do about it? Your springs are...
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what the lying mechanic does, but it's got to have some consequence or benefit tied to it. Mm-hmm. And if it says like your springs are reacting,
and this is where I thought the demo ended.
Me too, 100%. But then I was like, nope.
Nope.
Pleasantly surprised.
Nope.
Because it says TheLiesofP.
Loads of.
Yes. Great font. Cool.
Cool font. Good choice.
Cool font, bro.
There he is. Look at Timothy. And what's that character from Fire Emblem Three Houses that looks just like her? Marinade?
Marinade?
Something
Did she
like
say
that.
marinade?
It's something like that.
No.
Like what you do with raw meat to get
I
flavor
understand
into
what marinade is, but it's like marinade or something like that. Marinade.
Oh, okay.
Very French.
Marine.
Marine.
Hey,
Let's see the
Marine.
proud.
I'd like to study marine biology.
gotta get down on the wetness.
Get down with the wetness.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Down and it's stinky. Down where it's pinky. You're so stinky.
Yeah, well, stinky. It smells like pee. And also pee.
TheLiesofP.
We have the loads of pee.
The power of the watch. Turn back time. Okay.
If I could turn back time.
If I could lie to pee.
Dude, if I could lie and pee, dude.
Lie down and pee? Just pee your bed, you mean?
Lie down and pee, dude? What if you had a lay down toilet, dude? You just lay down on your stomach, put your dangy in a little hole, and there you go, dude.
You said lie down, and my mind immediately went to lie down on your back.
Yeah, and just pee straight up.
Well, I
like,
mean,
all right.
that'd be messy, dude.
Well, no, because then the toilet would be like an apparatus that's directly above where you're pissing.
Bed just had like a little dangy slot in it, and you could just like roll over.
That's not how gravity works. You have
You're
to roll
required
over.
to roll into the spot. You can't like lay down into it. You have to lay down and then roll over into that spot.
Well, I mean, if you're someone like me who sleeps on their stomach a lot, it'd be easy, you know. You're already there, but like, I just keep my dangy in there at night, and I just wake up and pee. I was like, okay, find the little dangy hole. There it is, and just.
That can't be safe or sanitary.
It could be both, dude.
No, it probably wouldn't be if you're keeping your dangy in a place that you're draining your prangle.
Yeah.
That's not a suitable environment.
Well, I mean, the pee comes out the hole.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, but pee also does not completely encapsulate the environment around your dangle for 6 to 8 hours.
Okay. Well, maybe there's like a little fucking, like I don't know, a little hole. It's a little.
Well, that's all you have to say. There is a hole. There will be holes.
Oh, you need a little.
Like a little membrane-y type thing. That's like a little artificial anus that you have to fucking stick your little not anus, but like a.
No, you're right.
Like a sphinx, like something like a sphinx. It's a tightly closed hole that you can just kind of shove your dangy in.
Hello, Sealy, can you put a butthole on a bed? I want to pee in it.
Sealy or purple mattresses, please.
Well, I called Serta, they wouldn't do it, but I believe you're the ones.
Get me a sphinx on there.
Put a sphinx where I'm gonna sleep. It's a sphinx.
Well, you know, I mean, so like otherwise it's like closed, and then like you just kind of, it's not super tight. It's just inflated, so it kind of maintains a seal, and then you.
I think you just need to rethink this idea fundamentally. I don't know how you went from going to a toilet that you use while lying on your stomach to this toilet is now a part of my bed, and I keep my dangy in it all night.
Fine, there's no hole. There's just some weird tube thing that's connected to your dangy at night.
Why are you so obsessed with having this connected to you at night? Is this a problem for you?
Getting up and going pee. You want to be comfortable, you know.
Going pee at night, dude? Come on.
You don't get. You have to get comfortable. I understand that.
Okay, I haven't had to get up and go pee, and I genuinely don't remember the last time.
Oh, wait till you get older, Wilson.
Tyler, we're very close in age. There's no.
No, I'm not saying it's I have that problem. I go to bed before, or I mean, pee before bed. But like, you know, when we get older, it's like your bladder's like
future me. I'm sure that by the future we can have Eric's blessed, glorious wonderland where everybody has a freaking dangy hole in their bed that is safe and sanitary.
That seems like an interesting dream. I'd rather just piss
myself. So like, yeah, I don't necessarily wake up at night, but like I definitely wake up in the morning before I'm like ready to fucking get up, or before I have to get up to pee, and then I'm like, cool, now I fucking go back to bed, get comfortable again, to sleep for like an hour, and then get up again.
Two things: more water,
I get knocked down, and I get up again.
Stop drinking like an hour before you're going to go to actual sleep.
Well, that's what that
But I
whole
like drinking.
that's what
I
Tub Thumping's
understand.
about. You know, that's what Tub Thumping's about. When the Chumbawamba
You
were
get knocked
speaking,
down, you get up again.
pissing the night away.
Yeah, it's true.
That's like
That's not what it means, but yeah.
No, it's
one
exactly
of
what
the
it means.
most.
Pissing the night away. Don't say pissing
That's
if you
fair.
don't mean it.
I mean, sometimes you do.
Pissin is a double entendre though in that
Yeah.
context.
Nope.
Yeah,
Okay, Eric.
it could be like a triple
okay,
entendre,
Eric.
dude.
Nope.
You could be like literally pissing. You could
said
be
you'd
just
never
like
be commenting.
wasting.
Look
Nope.
what you're doing.
Look what you're doing to me,
You
Eric.
just,
Nope.
you
It's
just be
pissing.
wasting the night,
Nope.
or you could be just getting pissed drunk.
Yeah,
So it's like a triple entendre.
Nope.
Triple, quadruple, quintuple entendre.
In this context,
Yeah.
when we're talking about pissing at night, it means that.
That's fair.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
You can if you touch
quadruple
blue to make
stamp
it
it?
true.
So you see how Pinocchio's got that little clockwork key, wind-up key in his back?
Yeah.
No.
It must have been a nightmare. It's one that I remember from my childhood,
With
but
that
like
premise, yes, it is.
I
Not
had
to be a dream.
I had a clockwork wind-up key that was like at the base of my neck. I had like a little slot for one,
Nice.
and I would walk around as if, like mechanically kind of,
Whoa.
but then
Yeah.
I would freeze up and I would be frozen there, but still completely conscious and able to talk. And I would have to like yell for help for somebody to come
Oh
and
my god,
wind
that
me
is
up.
a freaky kind of thing.
And people like, couldn't find the key. And then eventually they did. And they were only able to like half wind me. It was just real.
Don't just half wine me, bitches.
No, full line.
Full wine, please. Under the sea.
Under the sea.
I want to get to later on.
Don't make a grown man cry.
This is where
To
I
make a
understand
grown man
workshop
cry.
frames. Frames are an interesting thing. They boost your weight, and then I was like, I'm fat rolling. Interesting.
Oh, you actually started fat rolling? Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, you're up at 81. I bet with that
I have
great
two
sword.
weapons on. I have my saber, and then I have the greatsword, and then I had like a heavy frame. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
see, I went for like a much lighter kind of. I found a very good balance for all my defense stuff.
I
but
understood
then
pretty quick that I did not want that. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm
I
slugging.
do not want that.
I am a sluggy boy right now.
I do like how you have a completely separate tab for like your costume, and it's just cosmetic, so that you can do your fashion souls without affecting your stats.
Yeah, and I like the Sailor Boy. It's an updated version of
Little schoolboy.
yeah.
He just wants to get on the boat, damn it.
Yeah, I really like these rooftops, and it's so pretty. And there's trams and stuff.
And I noticed that because there's like those little nameplates that come up when you enter a new area. You start the game and it says something about like rainy midnight or
Oh
something
yes,
like
it's
that.
rainy night and cloudy morning.
Yeah, it keeps advancing like, cloudy dawn. It keeps advancing in time and also.
Dude, that was my nickname in high school.
Cloudy dawn.
Yeah, Cloudy Dawn.
You come to show me that you respect me, but I don't believe it. Fair weather friend. To the cloudy dawn.
Alone the cloudy dawn.
Just close the door.
Please, do not
You can't really see me that
ruin
way.
your picnic. I do not mean to cast a shadow upon this wondrous time for you and your family. But I do ask for the monthly tithe. Don't make me get my son Numulo
Oh God, I freaking messed that up.
Continue. Start over.
Don't make me get my son Cumulus in here. What about Nimbus?
Cumulus
Is he
and Nimbus.
available?
And Stratus. Antonio Stratus.
If you're not careful, we're gonna have a hurricane on our hands, huh?
My Louis Charlotte, my treasure. I can't hear anything.
I can't hear anything.
I'm frozen.
That's an interesting part of this too. Is the like stone disease.
I got a gesture.
I got a gesture.
I got a goblin banker.
Oh, where's the goblin banker?
Where's
just rolling?
Cornor? Cornor, are you out there?
Is that you, Cornor? You got big.
Cornor, where you at?
You've been putting on weight, Cornor. You've been hitting the gym, Cornor. Good for you, Cornor.
All right, I'm gonna continue with
You're
the.
shredded, Cornor. Good for you. Look at that. Look at those muscles.
They get forward here. I need to get to. This is the Tinnitrus thing that I got. It was a fun
To
little
go forward, we need to go back.
little gimmick. Toy.
See, Eric, he's got strings now. Bottom left, it says puppet string.
So you got strings to hold them down, dude?
Because I've got strings, and I've got strings. How about strings?
I've got strings.
Yes, there's strings.
Die butterfly.
I want
Hey.
8 strings.
Dimensional
Well, that's
butterfly.
great.
That's a great album name?
Which one?
Dimensional Butterfly.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I don't
Something
know
you
if that's
think
a good
like Iron
name.
Butterfly would have used, but they never did.
Sure. Oh, I love the way that he goes downstairs when you. Okay, where is this woman again? Because I just did this quest and I need to find where she is.
She's down
Okay.
like before you fight that constable guy. You go up a ladder. I think that's how I found her.
Oh, this big courtyard area. Gotcha. Yep.
She's like, I'm sick, homie.
Hey, can you go find something for me?
No, she's like, find my baby. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, I'll find your baby.
I'll find your baby.
Lady, I'll find your baby. Chill out.
My name's Pinocchio. I'm gonna be a real boy one day. I'll find your baby.
My name's Timothy.
My name is.
Timothy Chalamet.
You
Look
can
at
just
that. Look
call
at that
me.
face. Look at that boy.
Hey.
Look at that boy.
You can call me William. But oh no, don't cry. Don't cry, ma'am. It's gonna be okay.
Oh, wait. She a big fat baby.
Oh, musicians from a big farm, baby.
Hard scales spreading across my eyes. That's
Musicians from a big farm, baby.
she said the baby
The
was
big
at
fat
City
baby?
Hall
Or big brown baby.
disputing a parking ticket.
I like how Gemini starts out as like robotic and all that, but then he starts developing more and more personality.
Yeah, I like that too.
I want Pinocchio to have a little companion and conscience and guide. See, go back to where it says Lost Ergo Recovery. Doesn't that look exactly like the Little Mermaid?
Well, it has like little ripples too. It looks like it. Lie or die.
Load or dode.
Lodi dodi.
Lodi Dodi, he likes to potty?
I mean, what do you think? Look at those clothes. He probably likes to potty.
I'm
That's
ready to
fair.
pout. Let me get that pout going. Is this right?
It definitely looks like a French, school uniform.
It's the French Connection, yeah.
Here we go. This is.
Have you
this
heard
was
about
fun.
that?
What?
There's apparently some kind of censorship trying to happen with the French Connection where they want to have the scenes of Doyle using, less sensitive racial stuff taken out of the movie, like on future releases and stuff, which I think is absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg talked about that. It's like movies are meant to just be for that time. Like it's like at the time they were released. I mean, it's good to go back and make those critiques in hindsight, but when they weren't thinking about that when they made the movies, it's like maybe that wasn't even in their purview, or they didn't even realize that. Oh wait, maybe this is going to change in the future. These
it's
ideas
just
are going to switch up.
Well, it's just the content of the movie. It's not the message or the moral or anything like that of the movie. It's literally just in there, and people are upset about it. And it's like, okay, what about the series roots or any other?
Yeah, I would say just leave it, like in any art,
You
art that's
gotta have
critical.
lumps and warts and all.
You have to take art as it is. Like it's it's messy. It's whatever you want to, whatever ideas you take out of that. That's what art's supposed to do. Is like, all right, well, it's a learning then. It's a learning piece for us to be like, all right, well, we just know not to do that anymore. You know,
if we're gonna just start being like, okay, this one part of this thing I just don't like, and I'm just gonna pretend that it doesn't exist.
well, it's like they tried to change Huck Finn, and they changed like it instead of slave, they said robot. I remember that was a huge piece of contention.
Yeah, it encapsulates a time, right?
But it also, like in that case, and probably in a lot of other cases, it also changes the like what the author was trying to get across, because it changes so much of the language and the intent. And
and Steven does reflect back on Spielberg. I just call him Steven. He said he regrets changing the walkie-talkies to guns. He's like, that was kind of a dumb thing that I did.
Yeah,
he didn't like that idea. I'm just gonna jump ahead to when I fight Donkey Boy. Purge it, puppets.
a lot of this does, like a lot of the design of the world does make me think that at some point we will go to Pleasure Island. Yeah. And it will just be like extravagant, fun, and beautiful, but also, you know, haunting and creepy.
I hope so.
But it's just like,
I like how there's a gang of mad donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
It's
yeah,
like
that's interesting.
Donkey masks.
Mad donkey.
Is there a gang, or is it just this one dude?
I think it's multiple people, because in the other trailers and things like that, I've seen another character that's dressed similar, but more darker scheme.
Interesting. That makes sense, though. Especially if, like, Pleasure Island is a thing. It's like these people learned a way of thinking there, or they all came to the same realization, or, you know.
Yep. They have the, like,
like, all the stuff where it's advertising the circus was just like, oh, dude, I can totally see what Pleasure Island is going to be like.
Yeah, it's going to be very extravagant, especially in this era where it's like the beautiful era. Everything's going to look so, like, ornate.
Mm-hmm. Like, and especially like Cirque du Soleil, like back in that day, like that ornate circus style.
Oh, that's going to be really aesthetic.
Some kind of like root beer waterfall. You know how like Pleasure Island was all about like that kind of.
Oh, it's gonna be like champagne. It's gonna be like
a champagne
crazy piss. Fountain. It's gonna be piss, dude.
A pee.
Yeah, it's gonna be loads of pee, just flowing.
Some kind of like champagne fountain. And then like some champagne bubbly monster comes out of there and fights you.
Champagne monster, dude?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Champagne.
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 And this is where we meet good old Geppetto.
Oh, is that you, Goblin Biker?
Yeah.
Oi, Cornar, I hear you.
Oh, it's just Geppetto. It's just Geppetto.
Papa?
I'm
a real boy.
Father. Love
Papa. I just killed a man.
He's a
Put
Freemason or
string
something.
against his ring.
Kind of looks like one of the Sprouse brothers, also.
Dylan Sprouse, Cole Sprouse,
And
Big Daddy. That's who he is.
Wow. That's a thick ass sword.
It's really cool. And Pinocchio looks like a badass, just holding it, twitching out with his arm. Like,
It kind of reminds me with like the I don't know what you call it, but the line going down the sword and some of the design of it. It kind of reminds me of like a K-bar or the big combat knife.
right, yeah.
It's got a sawtooth
cool.
other side.
Yeah.
And that knife, or the hilt, I guess I should say, the handle, it looks like one
Looks
of those.
like a knife handle,
looks
too.
Like just a knife handle, yeah.
Just looks like a big ass knife. Looks like you fucking corner dragged a knife.
Mad donkey.
I just want to say, good riddance to you, Shrek. I'm not making waffles in the morning. I'm going to bed.
Hell yeah.
Dude, do you just run Geppetto through with the fucking sword? Just fucking...
You know, I never thought about attacking any of the NPCs. I should try that.
Die, you bastard.
Die, Daddy. You won't cause no more siblings. I'm just an only child.
Stop making puppets, you freak.
I don't want to be a marionette.
Craft services behind you?
Crap. We make sandwiches. Little puppet sandwiches.
You made
Little
me
puppet
a-
sandwiches.
You made
3 little
me no
hands.
string,
Little puppet
Papa, but
hands.
now I have a string. It's all I ever wanted in life was a little bit of string.
I put on my Mad Donkey attire.
True Bloodborne now.
Yeah.
Timmothy Chalamet in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just Donkey Boy.
Just a donkey boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ever meet in the hall. The donks of Hazard, dude.
That's pretty much all we're going to discuss, I would say, about the Lies of P. I don't want to get too far into it, but
Those donk boys are at it again.
I definitely am really intrigued in this game, and it scratches that Soulsborne itch for me.
It's weird.
It's very strange. I like how weird it is.
We're going Bloodborne Pinocchio. It's like, what?
It's exactly that, though. It's very much that.
What fanboy or fangirl was like, I want to do this, and then they did it.
Bless
I don't
them.
know,
we
yeah.
we need more of that kind of stuff.
We need more weird
I know,
shit
right?
like that.
Like
Like, sure, we'll give you an ass ton of money to do this. I'm like, sick.
People love that aesthetic of Bloodborne.
They're just taking their fucking OC, fucking slash fiction and turning it into fucking video game.
What
Like, give me-
Pinocchio was grim, dark,
Fanfic,
and
not slash fic.
Bloodborne?
or let's have like a
They were just perusing DeviantArt fucking pages and found it.
Could be.
Can we get a Frankenstein game where it's like
be
Death
great.
Stranding, where you're playing as Dr. Frankenstein, and you, instead of making deliveries, you're like
Frank
making
Standing.
long treks to follow your creation. Every so often you get in these little tussles and stuff.
Well, like the
Called
gimmick.
Frank
of
Standing. Stranding. Frank Standing.
that's where we have to make our game dev, resurgent. We have to go back to that game because we could make that game and like discuss how that game is played. Because right now I'm thinking of, all right, you just like as a character, you don't control Frankenstein. You're Dr. Frankenstein, right? You're controlling.
Yeah.
You're not controlling the monster. You're controlling like
No.
what the monster does. So you're like setting up a sequence of events that you want the monster to accomplish, and then you just like follow it and make sure it does those things, and then you catalog that data and you go back and you're like, all right, now we can do a little bit more because he gained this much experience. Like you have to tell the monster, all right, you have to go kill some bears in the forest or something like that, and it has to do that, and then it gains experience that you can then attribute more things to your monster. It's like, all right, monster, now you have to like build me a machine or something like that, and then you just keep tacking on more things for your monster to do, and then by the end of the game it's just raiding a village, killing my enemies.
How about a Creature of the Black Lagoon in the style of Metal Gear Solid, where you have to sneak into a village and capture a young maiden to take back to your lagoon to eat her or something like that, and you have to like put yourself up against walls and look around corners and sneak around and stuff, and you can slip into ponds and go down under.
I love it.
Oh,
But yeah, we'll end it there. We'll end it there. I loved our discussion of the loads of P. It's
loads of pee, dude.
Loads.
Yeah, you didn't hear that, Bradshaw? You didn't hear that whole thing?
I didn't hear loads of pee, dude. I don't know how I missed it.
Bradshaw.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know how I missed it,
I
dude.
feel like it would be redundant for you to say it again.
Just do it. To
Yeah,
humor.
probably.
So when you're in the loading screen on the bottom right, it says now lying, and instead of having a like loading bar that
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that part.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. We
Loads
just
of
needed a
P.
refresher. It's just, little...
It was in there. It was down in there.
It was there.
It was under the sea, down where it was wetter.
Under the sea.
down where it's stringy. He was probably hingy,
You watch the Lies of P.
watching little PP.
All right. Well, we'll continue our discussions when this game releases. I think it's coming out in October or something like that. Maybe we'll...
No, September.
Okay.
September 3rd or 12th.
Maybe it's a
Bro.
Halloween gig for us. Who knows? Maybe we'll revisit it then. But hope you guys enjoyed our discussion and the gameplay, and we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
So long.